Hello, my name is Annette. Welcome to my channel. It's a bold move to take your mother's wedding dress and cut it up into little tiny pieces. That's just what I did, and let me tell you about it. So this is a close-up of some of the fabrics. The satin fabrics that are the shiny fabrics. May be able to see a little bit of shine there. This is the shiny, and lace, shiny lace. The shiny and the lace came directly from my mother's wedding dress. Why I did this? My mother had a stroke, and my sister and I had to clean out the house after my dad also moved into the same facility where she was, so he could be there with her. So I took the wedding dress home with me because my sister lives in a motorhome. So the wedding dress became mine, and my mother was so skinny when she got married. I mean skinny. We're talking 1961, probably an 18-inch waist, I don't know, but she was so skinny nobody was ever going to fit into the wedding dress. My aunt and my mother together made it, mostly my Aunt Evelyn. When I made this quilt, it was one of my early quilts, I really didn't know how to make a pinwheel. I didn't really know how to make a flying goose the easy way. So I have some flying geese here, and I just did the best I could. I drew this pattern out on a piece of paper, and I used shades of gray because I thought that would be nice and classy with my mother's wedding dress. And then for the stitching, for the actual quilting on this quilt, I just freeformed pretty much only on the satin. I just did little squiggles, and I attempted to make a little pretty flower there. I did this little thing. So I had these sort of 9-patch blocks, although this is a pinwheel block, and then pinwheels surrounded by satin. But I drew all this out on a piece of paper, and sometime I'll post a little picture of my little plan. And then I did it, and I made it, and it is absolutely my favorite quilt that I have. I've made a lot since then. For the batting on it, I took apart an old comforter that we were no longer using, and it was a really cozy comforter. So it's a beautiful, cozy, warm hug from my mom. She has since passed away, and that makes this even more special to me. So I just wanted to share it with you. Oh, here's some cute stitching up here that I did. Little crazy squares. I just let myself go. There's some crazy angles. Another one of these little crazy flowers. The backing on this quilt is just a plain fabric, and I was a new quilter at this time, so there are a few puckers on the back, but it doesn't matter to me. I still love it. The binding on this quilt, I stitched it to the back, then pulled it around to the front, and stitched it by machine as well. So it is not perfect by any means, but I love it so much. And I hope you've enjoyed this little tour of my most favorite quilt, most favorite creative project I've ever made. So this is a picture of the picture that I took way back when, and this is the actual sheet of paper that I drew this quilt out on. And I'll try and zoom in a little bit to talk about it, but you can see I have these flying geese blocks going all the way around the outside. And I've got them all going the same direction. And then I did kind of a little inner thing with more flying geese. And then there's these 9 patches, I guess we'll call them, on the interior, and those are all satin for 5 of the blocks, and the little X is a pinwheel block. So I had to make all those pinwheel blocks too. Anyway, I just thought you'd be interested in seeing this little drawing. The pink and green have something to do with the different grays I was using, because I was trying to separate, you know, make sure the same grays were not in the right next to each other. So that was what the pink and the green had to do with each other. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed this.